Hi.
Kate.
Can I just say Tidewater News? What a wonderful title for a publication.
Isn't it? It's very
Yes.
fancy.
Where are you based?
So I'm in Virginia. It's the
Oh,
Tidewater area, so that's about the Southern Virginia area.
beautiful, wonderful.
Yes. So Kate, you are my favorite actor. I've seen every movie you've been in, and I've been
Oh,
dreaming for the day that you were going to direct. And I can't,
really? Oh,
I really
wow.
have, because I know you've been
Wow.
talking about it for so long, and I've been waiting for you to finally direct, and I can't think of a better movie for you to direct. I think it is an absolute beautiful piece on humanity. So first off, I want to say congratulations to you on that.
Thank you very much. That really means a great deal. Thank you.
So, I wanted to first talk to you about the camera movements because I thought that you did such a fantastic job with that. I thought it really made me feel like a fly on the wall in a lot of these scenes. And especially with Joe's script, that really added to the humanity and realness of the film. And so I was wondering in those moments, it almost felt like the camera was set up to just let people go. And I think that speaks to the brilliance of the script and your direction because it felt very spontaneous. So how much of that lives, sorry,
I
how much,
I love this question. I love this question because y- y- you're bang on to observe those things because that was my intention. It was all very specific and yet very, very hidden at the same time. So when faced with the challenge of directing such brilliant actors, yeah, and so many actors and so many children as well, what mattered to me the most of all was to establish the energy within this family. And not just the energy in terms of interfamily relationships and the issues between Molly and Julia, but also the sense of monotony of the relationship between Connor and Bernie, everyone's connection with what was actually happening to June, because she's been living with a terminal illness for some time. So therefore, the entire family has been living with it. They've been in those hospital spaces before. They've been in that waiting room. They know that it's C17 for the Snickers on the vending machine. They know these doctors by first name because of how familiar they are with the in and the out of the hospital, the appointments and the back and the forth. So in the early part of our story, up to the point that Connor reads June that poem, it really was important to me to stand back and observe the spaces between everybody, because actually space and tension can be read so much more if you actually see it, if you actually understand the positions that people choose to put themselves in because of how they feel about standing close to that family member, on opposite sides of the hospital bed, on different sides of the hospital room, on opposite facing chairs in the waiting room, for example. So I really, really thought through all of that, and beat by beat, I had mapped out a shape for the early part of the story. And it's only when we feel June start to realize and accept what's actually happening to her, and she starts to realize what she's going to lose in terms of the love she has for her family and just who she's leaving behind and whether or not they're going to be okay. That's when I went in like this. And from that point on, the camera creeps closer to the family as they creep closer together and have to confront what's happening to them all the more. And yes, I did lock off cameras, and I did have the crew walk away and leave the actors in the room with only the cameras. So they had the intimacy and they had the quiet and no distraction. And the more I could support a sense of realism on their behalf, the more I did it and the better they felt and the more grateful they were. Helen Mirren even said to me, I don't think I've ever worked like this before. And I didn't do it to be clever. I did it because it was hard for them playing these parts. It was very hard for Helen playing June, and actually she didn't want to do it. She even said to me when she read the script, I won't play someone with dementia and I won't play anyone who's dying of cancer. She said, but I am going to break my rule, and I will do this for you because I want to support you in directing a film at the age of nearly 50 as a woman, and I think it's an important story. But you need to tell me what to do because I don't want to do any of the dying parts. And so she needed me to be very practical with her. And when I could give her that, I did. But then when I could also invisibly offer a space that felt different for reasons that she herself couldn't even quite figure out at the time, that mattered to me. It mattered to me a lot. And I'm so grateful for your question because I haven't been able to talk about that very much.
Well, I think it really came through, and just like they're wrapping me, but I got to tell you the scene where it's done from this perspective of June's pillow and the camera's coming in like that. I just thought that was so well done, Kate.
Oh my God, thank you. Because again, it was a deliberate thing. And I thought, okay, there's a fine line between this feeling real and gimmicky. And it mattered to me that at that point, this family is stepping into the world of the woman who is seeing it all. And so literally having that camera see the faces of her children, clocking the tension between them, and realizing how unusual it is that those two sisters are even in the same room. They haven't spoken for years. Those cousins have never even met. And so it mattered to me to choose that position for our camera. And we actually had a special rigged bed so that I could do that, which was just cut in half so that our cameraman's legs could dangle down off the edge of the bed. And that so we as actors could come right in. Otherwise, we would have been leaning right over the edge of the bed. But you feel that sense more of us being even closer to the camera because we called it the pillow cam bed rig. It was really funny and very basic, not technical at all. It was like 2 pieces of wood with some pillows put on them. But it worked. It did the trick. So I'm thrilled that you noticed that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And so I could talk to you about this for hours and hours. I hope that there's a director's commentary eventually so I can listen to all those nitty gritty details. But Kate, it was an honor talking to you. I could talk to you about the Gaduckin even, I think, for,
Well, that's purely Joe Anders inspired. I tell you, that's all him. When he came up with that, I absolutely peed myself laughing. It's just it's so genius, so genius.
Thank you so much, Kate. It's an
Thank you.
honor, and I hope to talk to you again.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you so much.